Alright, so while my last movie review is a big mainstream movie, this movie I'm going to review, you might not know as well. The only way you can see this movie is to go on iTunes right now and either buy it or rent it. I rented it because I wasn't sure if it was going to be as good as I thought, and that movie is Funeral Kings. Now, the only reason I checked out this movie, the only reason I knew about it, was because my all-time favorite YouTube channel, and it's probably my all-time favorite because they don't put out one bad video, in my opinion. They haven't put out a bad video yet. There's never been a video they've done that I don't love. Pretty much it. Plus they're my source for movie reviews. I always go to Eric Strickler for movie reviews. You know, he's great, and I think that's part of why I love it, because of Eric Strickler. He's just such a great guy, and he's the best to go to movie reviews, because I always agree most of the time. And he recommended this movie, and it was actually in his top 10. So I saw Funeral Kings, and I have to say that, for me at least, I didn't like it as much as he did. Like, he absolutely loved it. I thought it was great, but it's not for everybody. It definitely is not for everybody at all. It is not for the light heart. Now, here's why. It is kids basically saying vulgar language and things like that, and people may be turned off by it. I was not. Why? I hear conversations like this in school every day. There are always kids who are saying vulgar comments and saying things like that. It's not uncommon these days, so I think for that aspect of the movie I really enjoyed. The main plot of the movie is are these two altar boys basically have to attend a funeral, and this one new kid, basically, who has a very dark past. He doesn't want to tell anybody about it, and I'll get to that in the spoilers. But he has a very dark past. He doesn't want to tell anybody about it. They basically decide to ditch school, and they get into heaps of trouble along the way, and they try to do all these certain things. It's sort of more of a go on an adventure with these boys movie. It doesn't really have a huge plot. It's just go on an adventure with these boys and see different adventures that they have. That's kind of what it is, because there's not one big, I mean, there is one goal, but it's not consistent. It's always something different that they want to do, and I really enjoyed it. Now, he said it was very funny. I didn't find it to be very funny. I found some parts to be very funny, but the movie got kind of dark for me at some parts, and I kind of liked it more when it got dark, and I did enjoy the funny parts, but it's not in my top 10, but it's definitely a really great movie. Now, the performances are pretty basic. There's really no one to talk about. I thought all the kids were great, and they're not mainstream people, so I thought they were pretty good. But basically, now we're gonna get to some spoilers, so if you haven't seen Funeral Kings, I'm just gonna ruin it for you, so here we go. Alright, I want to talk about the whole thing with the kid being a big movie star, and the whole reason that he never saw the movie was that he saw his dad having sex with the main actress. I thought that was huge when he was telling that to the boys, and he didn't want to tell anybody. He didn't even say the word sex. They just assumed it, and I thought that was big. Plus, I love that the whole movie, they're just trying to get the movie Bloody Knuckles, and they end up getting the movie of Bloody Knuckles. So I really like that. The other big spoiler, of course, is the thing with the dog. I didn't expect for that to happen, and I thought that was really, really good how that worked. With them returning the dog, that was pretty amazing. That whole sequence was pretty amazing for me. And I do have a favorite scene for this movie, and my favorite scene would probably be the scene where they go into the, and I'm putting this in spoilers because I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. It's really more of a viewing experience than for me to review it. It's more of a viewing experience. When they went to the DVD store to get Bloody Knuckles, and one of the kids knocks over the newspapers, and the retail store guy doesn't care at all. I thought he was the funniest in my opinion. He was absolutely hysterical, and I really enjoyed his character. I enjoyed his character, and I enjoyed the kid who was in the movie. Those are my two favorite characters. I also loved the scene at the party. That was absolutely hilarious. And, yeah, that's basically all I want to say about Funeral Kings. So let me know what you guys thought of Funeral Kings. Did you even see it? And the only way to see it, again, is to get it on iTunes. And I might put the link down below. I highly recommend you rent it. It's a good movie, but again, it's not for everyone. It kind of reminds me of Superbad with how vulgar it is, because that's the only other movie I've seen that feels like conversations I hear in school. And this is the one movie that seems like that. There have only been 2 movies that's done that, Superbad and Funeral Kings. This is nowhere near as funny as Superbad, but it kind of just reminds me of that. So that's it for my review. Funeral Kings, let me know what you guys thought of it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!